Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I do sculpture nails with lace. First of all, I'm pushing back her cuticles. Then I'm removing her natural nail shine with my fine grit sanding bit at a low speed. When it comes to this part, be very careful with her natural nail. Then I'm cleaning everything with Synergy wipe. And since I'm doing sculpture nails, I'm preparing the nail with Bond-Aid, and then I'm applying primer, which is protein bond, after I apply the forms. When I apply the forms, I put that little sticker like that, and make sure you're very careful when applying the forms, because there's sometimes where you can leave a gap in between the natural nail and the form, and then acrylic tends to get in between that. Then the client's gonna pick at it and it's not pretty. So just make sure you apply the form correctly and nicely, and also make sure it's not hurting the client, because it tends to sometimes. So I'm gonna show you how there's no gap, and then from the side how it should look. So I'm applying the protein bond twice. And I'm doing one hand at a time, because when it comes to forms, it doesn't take longer, but I just like to do one hand at a time. It's different than tips. I'm going to be using Cover Pink by Young Nails and Heatwave by Glam and Glitz. So on the pinky, I'm going to be applying that Cover Pink by Young Nails, and that was a medium to dry bead, only because I like to drag it towards the form so I can kind of form the nail already. It's always so important when it comes to sculpting to have control over your acrylic, not to have it running or anything like that, because it's just a big mess. So if you can do a one ball method, then that's perfect, but if you need to keep adding, then that's still fine. It's just I just keep, a good amount of consistency and of acrylic, and then don't make it too thick either. As you can see, it's pretty good size. So this lace, you can get it anywhere, like in the ribbon section, maybe Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and Walmart. I did measure the nail just to see how it is before I apply it. Before applying that, I did put a clear coat of acrylic. It's kind of like building a nail, very thin nail. That way I can glue the lace on top of it, because I wouldn't want to put the lace directly to the natural nail. We will be encapsulating this lace, so just make sure it's very thin. As you can see, I kind of measured it again. Then in this finger, I did the same thing with the Cover Pink. I kind of used my brush, patting it down, just sculpting the shape and everything. Normally I would pinch the nail to make a C curve, but she doesn't really like it too defined, so I kind of made the form into the C curve she wanted. On the index finger, I applied that Heatwave by Glam and Glitz, and I do advise that I forgot to put clear acrylic underneath this, so anytime you're using glitters or dark pigments or anything like that, make sure you apply a thin coat of acrylic on the natural nail. That way there's no staining, there's nothing when it comes to removing the nail. I did forget in this case, but I wasn't too worried because it was like a nude color. Then I'm applying the Cover Pink on the thumb as well. And you see how I drag the acrylic? The consistency of the acrylic is good enough so I can drag it towards the form. Some people start differently. They start at the free edge and they go downward, or towards the cuticle. It just depends how you're used to and what your preference is. Just make sure you have control over your acrylic when it comes to forming and sculpting nails. And then I'm encapsulating the index finger because it is glitter. So I went ahead and did it all over again because I kind of messed up earlier. So just make sure, you know, you can always go back if you did a mistake or something like that. So I made sure everything was dry by tapping it. Now I'm using glue. It's the Organic Nails resin. This dries pretty quick, guys, so you guys got to work with depending on your glue. So I had already measured it, so I know where it's going. So just be very, very careful, because once you place it on there, it's on there. And then don't do what I'm doing right there with my finger, because you're going to glue yourself onto your client. That's not fun. So what I did was use the plastic paper and then just kind of pressed it on there. And I did have a gap, and then I went ahead and added a little bit more lace on there, so there's no need, you know, don't worry about that. You can always add more. So kind of press it down with anything you see, you know, plastic, something that's not going to get stuck on there. Then I cut off the excess lace. Now I'm encapsulating the nail, but that was a very dry bead, so I went ahead and grabbed the medium to wet bead, and it's pretty big too. Just make sure not to make it too thick, because it already has a lace and it's thick enough. So just be very careful when encapsulating. You want to encapsulate it enough to when you file, you don't file off the lace. So just be very careful when it comes to encapsulating anything. Now I'm filing and shaping the nail with this 100 and 180 grit file. And as you can see, I kind of grab her skin back, so I won't file her skin. Then with my electric file, I file underneath the nail, kind of shaping a C curve. And then if it's thick or there's acrylic underneath, it removes it as well. So I will be making a video of how to file, but that'll be separate. So I'm very, very careful in the cuticle area, because it's just very important not to hurt your client. I kind of push her skin back so I can get a little closer to the cuticle area, and then my bit is not that big, so I'm able to go in there, you know, carefully. So as you can see, it's just very, very careful, and then there's not a lot of pressure. The speed is at very low speed, and this is a pretty thick nail, so I kind of filed it pretty good, but didn't apply too much pressure, because then it creates heat, and that's not fun. So as you can see, it's not even that thick. And then I filed it again with my file and buffed it. Now I'm cleaning everything, because I will be applying crystals. How beautiful is that? So I'm applying rose gold Swarovski crystals. I believe this is a size 8, and I applied it with Organic Nails resin. Then I'm applying finished gel to all the nails, and look how beautiful that pink is. It's just gorgeous. When I apply it on the crystals, I kind of outline the gel onto them, that way they're secure and everything. As you can see, I won't go over them, but you know, kind of outlining them. Then I'm gonna put these in the LED lamp for a minute, only because it's normally in the UV it's 2 minutes, so I kind of split it in half. And then that's the final result, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this tutorial. If you guys have any other videos you guys would like me to do, any design, anything, go ahead and comment below. And if you guys don't already follow me on social media, go ahead and do so. And thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really enjoy recording videos for you guys, just showing you guys my tips and tricks and how I do things. So thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.